The father's cry. The corridors of the hospital were silent, but it was not peace, it was sorrow, the kind of silence that feels heavier than thunder, that holds its breath before breaking. Every sound was swallowed by fear, every heartbeat echoed with grief. The doors of the ICU stood still, tall, cold, unyielding, guarding the fragile thread of life inside. Behind those doors, Sheikh Hamdan Fazza lay fighting, his heart beating between hope and heaven. And beyond those doors, in the waiting hall filled with whispers and tears, stood the father of Fazza, a man the world called strong, a leader known for his courage and grace. No trembling, pale and broken, his eyes were swollen with tears, his hands clutched the Holy Quran tightly to his chest. His lips trembled as they whispered prayers, each word carrying the weight of his soul. He who had carried Dubai on his shoulders now struggled to carry his own heart. He who had spoken with power and pride now could only speak in whispers to his Lord. Ya Allah, he cried softly, his voice cracking like dry earth in the sun. Don't take my son away from me. Let me bear his pain. Let me suffer in his place. But don't take him. Please don't take him. His hands rose toward the heavens, his palms shaking, tears falling like rain upon the scared pages. Each drop of sorrow was a prayer, each tear was a plea. Behind him, the mother sat in silence no longer. She clasped, crying his name, her voice sharp as shattered glass, her body trembling with grief. The sisters held one another, their faces buried in each other's shoulders, their cries soft, endless etching. The brothers stood frozen, their hearts unable to beat. Their eyes looked on their father, the man they thought could never fall. The uncle stepped forward, his own face pale, and placed a hand upon his brother's shoulder. Be strong, he whispered, though his own voice shook. Allah is with us. Fazza will return. Keep praying, my brother. But his tears betrayed his words, and even strength itself wept that night. The family bowed their heads together. Cousins, uncles, aunts all stood in a circle of pain. Their voices rose softly, duas filling the air like wind through broken leaves. Each word trembled, each syllable carried love and fear. Some pressed their foreheads to the cold walls, Others held their tasbih beads so tightly their fingers turned red. The sound of Amin echoes again and again, like waves crashing against the shore of grief. Faith and pain collided, and the hall trembled with both. But the sight of the father broke every heart. A man once powerful, now powerless, a man of dignity, now drawing in tears. His cries were not only for his son, but for every father who has every badged the heavens to spare his child. Outside Dubai itself stood still. The city that never slept was silent tonight. The streets were empty. The towers stood tall but heavy with sadness. Even the stars seemed to dim. In every mosque, hands were raised, voices whispered together, Ya Allah, heal Fazza. Ya Allah, bring him back from grand minarets to humble homes. The same prayers filled the air from children's lips to elders' heart. The same hope burned bright. Families gathered by candlelights. Some held Qurans close. Some whispered verses of mercy. Some simply cried. Dubai was one heart that night, beating in prayer for its beloved crown prince. Inside, the father's strength gave way, his neck bent, and he fell to the ground with a cry so deep that time itself seemed to stop. The mother screamed his name, the uncles rushed to hold him, but he pressed his face to the cold floor, tears soaking the marble, and his voice broke like thunder. I am nothing without him. He wept, Don't take my son. Ya Allah, take my life instead, but don't take him from me. The hall filled with sobs. Every heart ached, every soul trembled. His voice carried through the walls, through the doors, through the night itself. Then suddenly the ICU doors opened. Doctors stepped out with face pale and eyes weary. They spoke in hurried whispers. Their hands moved quickly, but their silence was louder than words. The father lifted his head, tears shining in his eyes, searching their face of hope. But no words came, no comfort, no answer, only silence deep, dark, and heavy. The hall filled again with cries. The mother wept louder, the sisters clutched tighter, the brothers bowed their heads in despair. The father held the Quran against his heart and whispered through tears, Ya Allah, please save my son. Save my father, don't take him from me. His voice faded into sobs. His hands shook as if the world itself had ended. But still he whispered, still he prayed, because hope, even when buried in pain, still breathes. Outside the city wept, within the lights dimmed, the wind stilled, even the sea seemed to whisper his prayer. Mosques glowed softly under the moon, their domes catching tears from the sky. The world watches in silence, and that silence carried the weight of love, the weight of loss, the weight of a father's tears. The night stretched on endlessly, wrapped in prayer and sorrow. The ICU doors remained closed, and beyond them Fazza fought for his life. Inside the hall, the father trembled. He bowed his head once more, his forehead resting on the Quran, his voice a whisper against the floor. Ya Allah, he said through tears, you are the healer of hearts, the giver and taker of souls. Let my son live, let him open his eyes again. His voice broke, but his faith did not. His tears fell like pearls upon the holy book, and the night carried his prayer through every corner of the world. That night, the world saw something eternal, not a ruler, not a prince, but a father crying for his son. And no silence on earth could ever hold the weight of that father's tears. Please subscribe my channel, like and share my videos.